What's up, folks? This is Heavy Hitters Radio Show.
Yes.
Man. This is Moose, aka Big House.
Big House.
Man, I tell you what, I am not. I kind of am freshly showered, but I shower like a couple hours.
I mean, you
ago.
like Dapper Dan today. I mean, you got the necklace. I mean, you got the DMX chain.
you silly. Anyway, man, I am clean. I'm clean.
Gonna give it to him.
Gonna give it to him, right? Hey, man, so I tell you what, I am clean, and I had a great day today. I've been busy. It's Taco Tuesday. I got the taco socks on, man. You looking?
Clean.
No, man, I got shorts on, socks, and regular tennis shoes.
So is Taco Tuesdays the same as Muff Diving Mondays?
Muff Diving Mondays is not quite the same. No.
We should coin that.
It's ours. I mean, you already said
I already said it, so
it's ours. You created it, and it's ours.
I'm with that.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that voice you hear, man, is the one, the only LGZ Mbaku.
Wakanda forever, man. Life's
Wakanda
good,
forever,
man. Life's
baby.
Good,
You know,
man.
all right?
Can't complain.
You good to go?
Yeah, probably need to shave here one of these days.
You haven't shaved in a minute?
Nah, man, it's been a while. My hair don't grow. I mean, this is like 3 weeks.
What?
That's your shit probably like
I know.
this morning.
I shaved today. Yeah, I shaved today. I'm already showing.
That shit don't grow. I'm trying to get this to connect with the full joint, but
You know what? I had it going, but you know, I'm a baseball dad
So your
and
face
an
means-
ex-coach, and so I don't know if you can tell or not, but I have the
farmer's tan.
like the tan where you can see where my sunglasses were on the weekend. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Right there, and then where my beard was. I think I shaved my beard off early enough where it kind of filled in. But yeah, man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man, we are real people.
We are real people.
You know, so we got children, we do stuff, we coach, we do all the things we need to do. You know what I'm saying? You feel me on that?
Yeah.
Hey, man. We also got E Nice in the house.
Nice
man.
in the building.
What up?
A blast
doing all right?
like season 2, right?
See, man, way back.
Way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, way back,
Long
man. E
time
Nice,
ago.
man.
We was in the compound still.
Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, though, I would love to have you do the Jewish mother tonight. man.
Oh, really?
No, seriously. Like, if we have to, we can get you another bourbon or whatever it is you need, but... I mean, I would love to have you do the Jewish bourbon, the Jewish mother. Is that cool?
Potentially, yeah. I might be able to
Outstanding.
get with that.
Hey man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. The title of the show, Jeezy, is
Lonely Pretty Girls.
The Lonely Pretty Girls, man. What do you think? I mean,
There's a lot of them out here, man.
and we're gonna get into it, right?
And you know, this is little tease, ladies. It's your fault.
For sure.
It's definitely your fault.
Oh my gosh. Hey, we're gonna talk about.
It's 100% your fault.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna talk about free agency in the NBA, man. We got LeBron,
LA Bron in the building.
LA Bron, man, and then Booby, man. Booby's
Boogie.
the warrior.
Boogie.
I call him Boogie.
I know, right?
Boogie, sorry.
He's nice in mind. Anyway, yeah, man. Boogie went to the Warriors, man.
That's crazy.
It's sad. Like my team don't even get involved. Like the Bulls. Like
your
we're a
boys
major
got-
city, yo. And we just like nothing. At least y'all got Dougie McDermott and Tyreek Evans.
Yeah, I know. They did talk about the fact that it looks like folks are going to a system where these guys are choosing major markets, or if they choose a market that is local, they are choosing local, like Midwest markets. They're choosing large Midwest markets. But nobody's going to Chicago.
I'm going to Chicago, man. Jordan has ruined, like Jordan, that organization, how they treated Jordan, still permeates. Like that
What do you mean by that? Did you say permeate?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Nice.
I mean, we got to educate in the building. I got to see coming smart. To the league. So, a lot of those players was young teenagers and kids when Jordan was going through his run in the 90s. So, they remember how Jerry Krause pretty much treated Jordan down the stretch. How he was like, what do you say? Players don't win championships, organizations do. And they never forgot it. And we never been good since. You got a little Derrick Rose.
I was gonna say when Derrick Rose there, man, he was MVP.
Yeah, but Bron, we knew we wouldn't be in Miami. But everybody knew they wouldn't be in Miami.
Sure.
Even the Pacers, when the Pacers had a little run, you knew they wouldn't be in Miami.
All right, man. I tell you, listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man.
Yes.
We are at Sticks. Was it 361?
Indiana.
You're not gonna sound as excited as
Stay in my lane.
as Ron sounds,
stay in
man,
my lane.
when she does it.
What in the
Thank
world?
you, sir. Yeah, man, I get these veggies, man. This, you know what I'm saying?
What in the world?
That's how you do it. It's me right there. Appreciate it.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. So we at 361.
Indiana.
Yeah, man. She got poke.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a
It looks
bunch.
like-
It's a bunch of raw.
Yeah, no, I'm
Like-
cool. That's vegan. It was a watermelon, pineapple.
No.
No,
that's
that's
tuna.
tuna.
Yeah, I'm
Actually.
not eating that.
You don't like
You're
raw
scared?
tuna?
Nah, I'm
You
cool.
scared?
No, I'm cool.
You don't
Like
like
getting your
raw
ass
tuna?
waxed? You're scared?
Yeah, I'm not getting my ass waxed.
All right, so folks. Hey, folks. All right, so you guys remember the title of the show is Jeezy.
Lonely pretty girls, man.
Lonely Pretty Girls. I can't wait to get
So
into
there's a
that.
lot of mine here too, man.
All right, so I tell you what. Let's get into free agency.
They
right
won't even
now.
admit they're lonely. That's what's crazy
No,
about
hell
it.
no, they're not.
They're
going
not.
to. All right, so tell me about the free agency, man. So LeBron lands in L.A. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's pretty much been documented since the middle of the season he was going to L.A.
What have been talking about?
Yeah, so, I mean, his business is out there, and, he got 2 houses out there, so, I mean...
Is it cool that he went there without having another superstar there? Like he went there purely.
What's going on, man?
He
You guys out here?
what's up, buddy?
Buddy?
You wanna see?
He went there purely because it's on him, not anybody else.
Well, he thought that it was pretty much that Paul George was going to join him. But then Paul George,
He signed after Paul George.
no, he signed before.
Oh, he did sign before.
No, he was after Paul. Well, he opted out. He was still going. But then when Paul George, he probably thought that Paul George was going to come. But then when Paul George signed, he was like, I'll still come. And they thought they were going to maybe get Kawhi Leonard, which is still kind of
All right, so
in the works.
So here's what they've done. After they signed LeBron, they have Rajon Rondo.
Right.
They have
Lance
JaVale McGee,
Right.
Lance Stevenson. They got rid of old boy from Kentucky.
Yeah, Randall.
Julius
He went-
Randle.
Yeah, he went to
And
the
they
Pelicans.
did sign one more guy. What do you think about that, man? I mean, is it
Oh, that team is not. That team will be lucky to be the 8th seed in the West.
are they gonna make the playoffs?
Yeah, they'll make the playoffs.
Which they did not make the playoffs last year.
They'll make the playoffs. I mean, but they won't. LeBron's streak of going to the finals is over for sure. Like that is done, especially in the West. So that's over and done with.
You think they have no chance?
None.
What if they
No.
land? What if they land Kawhi Leonard?
None. They're not. You see the Warriors lineup, man.
Because they have 5 All-Stars to start.
Come on, man. That might be the greatest starting 5 of all time.
It's not of all time for sure.
It could be. It could be. I'm not on paper. If you just look at it strictly on paper, I'll be hard pressed to find a starting 5.
They could
All
beat them.
that on paper, they could beat them.
Folks.
Michael Jordan starting 5 was not that deep. None of his teams. Because you got to think, once you get to, you start getting to like Luke Longley and in the point guard position. So,
Yeah, the shooter. You know what? LeBron does not have a shooter right now.
So you're gonna have potentially Curry, Clay, Durant, Green, Cousins. Yeah, that's must see TV, dog. Every game gonna come on at 10:30.
Is every game on TV?
The
So,
Warriors.
Oh, you saying next year we're gonna watch Warriors and Lakers games every week?
That's it, pretty much. Lakers, Warriors, and maybe some Rockets in there.
So we gotta stay up all night. If you're in the
No,
East
that's what I'm
Coast.
saying, man. In the East, you done. Like, there's no teams in the East that you want to. I mean, Boston,
Those we
maybe.
say, you got Boston,
Yeah, Milwaukee, maybe.
Milwaukee's kind of in there. You got Toronto.
Yeah.
Pacers are outside.
Yeah.
What do you think?
As far as star power, like
Yeah.
Philly, you might watch.
Oh yeah, Phil. Yeah,
You know what I
Phil.
mean? Philly, you might watch. Boston, yeah.
What do you think?
I think the East is in trouble. I mean,
So
the best player in the league in the East for the past decade and a half
Right.
just went to the Western Conference.
All right. So as you bring that up, so you know what they're talking about. They're talking about instead of taking 8 teams from the East and 8 teams from the West, they're talking about taking the top 16.
Yeah, never
teams.
do it.
What's the reason?
because you would alienate half the country. Now I was like,
Right.
just busted. This shit
That
shot
was
out.
weird. It didn't make me feel good. I was going to say something, man.
Yeah, shit.
I'm glad I stopped
They
myself.
shoot that way, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Really?
All right, so
What?
You saying what? It doesn't work.
It
like
was
that?
juice,
It doesn't work like
and it
that.
wasn't
or what?
white.
It doesn't work like that or what?
So what? Yeah, they were alienating half the country. Because the East has the majority of the people. The West got the better weather, for sure. But the East has, I mean, you got New York.
Does it? Think
Yeah.
of how big California is.
But California, you know how big New York? How many people in New York? New York has, what, 10 million people just in New York
But
City.
you really think that would stop people from watching the finals?
Yeah, you alienate half the country. So
I disagree.
So if you do top 16, so I mean Chicago, so you got Chicago out, major city.
I mean, no. I tell
New
you
York,
what,
New
no,
York,
here's
major
what-
city.
Here's what you better do: go from 1 to 16 and see what you got.
But the best teams are in the West.
What I'm saying is name them right now, and then we'll see who.
So
we'll see who's
out
out.
of it. So if you did top 16,
Yeah,
you would have Golden State.
yeah.
You have you have Houston.
Mm-hmm.
You would have
OKC.
OKC, Utah.
Yeah.
You would have Portland.
Spurs maybe.
Spurs. That's 6. Spurs. You would have Denver Nuggets. They won 49 games last year and didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
You have them in there. That's 7. You would have who else am I missing?
Anybody Grizzlies or
No, not Memphis. They won't make it this year.
You said
Then you would go probably Boston, Philadelphia. So that's
Boston, Philadelphia, Indiana. That's 3.
and Milwaukee. That's 4.
So that's 10.
That's 10 teams.
So I mean, it sounds to me
No, but
like
there's some teams we missing. That we missing a couple more teams, but there's only 4. Basically,
it's ridiculous.
basically only 4 teams from the East will make that top 16. But the problem with that is you have to play a balanced schedule, which means
Same schedule.
No, you can't keep the same because it's not fair. It's not fair to the Western Conference to play. It's not fair for me to play Golden State 4 times, but Boston played Golden State twice. That ain't fair.
Same thing. All right, Mister, how you gonna do it?
So to do it, you gotta have a balanced schedule. 2 for 2.
What's that?
You gotta have a balanced schedule where everybody plays everybody the same amount of times.
They're not gonna do it. They want to keep them.
So
the schedule the same.
Well, the plan that they talked about was to do 8 teams from the East, keep the playoffs the same, 8 from the East, 8 from the West. Then once you get to the playoffs, then you reseed best 16 to make it in. So you don't alienate the East Coast. So you still have the Washingtons and those lower teams get in the playoffs, but they'll be playing the 1 seed from the West.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying? So you would have, like, let's say if Indiana got in at 7, they would have played Golden State this year, first round. You'd have had the AC would have played whoever the AC was in the East would have played Houston first. So basically, all the Western teams get to beat on the East teams and pretty much get them out of there early.
So what you think about it, is that?
I mean, I think that I would must. I mean, that would be kind of cool. But then you'll lose. I mean, so then your potential finals could be like Golden State versus Houston in the finals, which everybody knew that was the finals this year.
Right.
Cleveland wouldn't have made the finals 8 straight years. I mean, he wouldn't have made it. He would be lucky to get out of the second round playing some of these teams in the West. The gauntlet they got to go through. So
it'd definitely be interesting to see what happens then.
I want to keep it the same. They don't change it.
Why not?
Because, I mean, I still want to see the best from the East play the best from the West. Even though I know the best from the East is going to be Boston. Well, I mean, you see, I think this year you're going to have Boston. You're going to have Boston because LeBron's gone. So you're going to have Boston, Philadelphia, Toronto, Indiana, all fighting to go to the
What
finals.
about
Now, Washington.
Giannis?
Yeah, Milwaukee. I said Milwaukee. So you got those teams that all fighting. So we have new blood against Golden State this year. It'd be new blood.
Not Houston. Not.
No, he's not beating Golden State. They lost a key piece when they lost Trevor Ariza.
You think?
Yeah, he one of them glue guys, man.
He for sure is.
One of them glue guys, man. I mean, he don't.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, wasn't he in Arizona for a minute in Phoenix, and he's real good there.
You know, he started with the New Orleans Hornets. Then he went to the Lakers. Then he went to somebody else.
So he's a journeyman, but
He's a solid player.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Lance Stevenson never does well unless he's with the Pacers.
He's playing with LeBron now, so we'll see.
Is he gonna be blowing in his ear during practice?
I'm sure they'll do. I'm sure opening first major Christmas Day game that he would do it just for fun.
On the same team?
Yeah, just for fun.
Come on, man.
So
we said the Lakers are back on Christmas Day.
of course.
That's hilarious.
Now who they playing is a question. Are we getting Lakers Golden State?
Lakers Boston. Bring it all the way back.
Are we getting Lakers Celtics?
Bring it all the way back. Yeah.
So I think we go ahead and put our predictions in. I got Christmas Day.
Yep.
Houston versus Golden State.
Okay.
Lakers versus Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Or the ABC games. The rest of them, there's like 50 games on.
It's only 4 probably.
No, it's like 8 Christmas Day.
What they have 4? Because that way
the Knicks in the morning. The Knicks always
Knicks, yeah.
They always have the Knicks early in the morning, which is on ESPN.
The 76ers will play on.
So you might get 76ers. No, you would get 76ers in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that because of Giannis.
Giannis. That'll be like the early wake up game. The 3 o'clock game is the one. It depends. Are we going Lakers Celtics at 3? Or are we going Houston Golden State at 3?
We'll probably go Lakers Celtics at 3. It'd be in Boston. That we can have the time workout, and then I can have the other game on the West Coast late. But it's early.
So the question is Mark who's doing the Golden State game? That tells you who's the A game.
Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. I'm sad for Mark Jackson.
Just he goes.
I'm sad. I mean,
it's his fault. It's his own doing.
If I'm watching Golden State and I'm Mark Jackson, every time I'm sad.
Every time they done won 4
I'm
chips.
Like, that's my team right there.
That's my team. That's my team. That's my team.
What was the reason they got rid of him?
Well, he didn't want to commit to the Bay, so he didn't stay in Oakland.
He wanted to live somewhere else.
He lived in L.A.
Yeah.
Nice. He lived in L.A. Then he had like some church. It was a bunch of other stuff that he had behind the scenes with him and the ownership. Because ownership, they wanted somebody who would commit to like live in the Bay, do stuff in the Bay, in San Francisco area. And Mark Jackson was like, "Nah, I just show up for practice. After practice, I go back to L.A."
So he didn't want no part of it.
He didn't want to say that. So after a while, he got rid of him. Steve Kerr was like, "I'm from the Bay. I'm from up here, so I ain't got no problem staying up here."
That's absolutely craziness to me.
And the year he walks away,
they won the first year, didn't they?
First year, yeah, he walked away. Steve Kerr came in, put Iguodala on the bench.
Right.
He was starting, put him on to talk to him, and the rest is history, man. 3 titles, 7-3 win team, and they're just getting all the players they want, man.
These guys go in there and play. Hey, I'll take $2. You want to see? I can play over there. I'll take $2, 7 years.
$2.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I saw some really funny memes today where it was like, I don't know if you knew this or not, but like breaking news: the Warriors signed
Undertaker,
Jesus, Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, I saw one that said
Moses. You know what I mean? Like everybody.
I saw one that said that they signed the Undertaker for 3 years, 125. They needed more of a dominant. Then I saw one that said it had like 20. It showed the Warriors draft picks.
Yeah.
So it was like 2009. They took 2009 was like Steph. 2011 was Clay. So all these picks, and then it went like 2015. I mean, it's like 2030 was Thanos. 2035 was Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, They have a
Hey,
squad,
folks.
man.
Hey, folks, you are listening to the originals, man. This
The
is,
originals.
Heavy Airs Radio
That's
Show.
where it all
man. This is
started, man.
Moose, a.k.a. Big House, man. I'm the host of the show, man. You got the one, the only LGZ M'Baku, who is the absolute star of the show.
Wakanda for
man.
life, baby. Wakanda forever.
That where you from?
Wakanda, yeah, man.
What side of Wakanda are you from? The north side?
West side.
The west side of Wakanda? Is that a W? Is that a
Dub dub. Dub dub. They're
From
from
the
the
dub
dub
dub? Dub dub. Right. Oh,
Dub dub.
Wakanda. You from the west side of Wakanda.
What's up, the Wakanda?
All right. So, Jeezy,
Yes, sir.
Heavy Airs Radio Show is on lots of different platforms, man. Where can you hear us? You hear him say us? There's no A. There's no A.
Man, if you listening, man, on your iPhone, man, you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, man. As you can find us there, just put in Independent Radio. If you got an Android phone, Best Way, man's Podcast Addict, or OneCast, Allcast, any of your podcast players, man, we on there. I think we on Spotify. I never checked.
That's what they said.
I don't know if I ever clicked the button to put us on there. I don't know, but you can click Spotify or iHeartRadio. Just any way you listen to podcasts, man, put in Heavy Airs Radio Show.
Man, you even go to the internet.
Put in
Type in Heavy Airs Radio Show.
Yes.
We come up first and we give you all that information.
First in the queue.
All right, so folks, man, that's us. All right, so listen. Later, here in a minute, we're going to get into
Lonely, pretty girls.
Pretty Lonely Girls, man.
Pretty lonely girls.
And I'm not understanding why.
Pretty. See, it depends on how you say it. It sounds
All
different.
right, lonely pretty girls.
When you say pretty lonely girls, or you say
It's their
lonely pretty girls,
That's a man's fault.
you know what I mean? For like, you say, oh, they pretty lonely,
They're
or it could be like, no, they pretty and lonely.
pretty and lonely.
Pretty, like you said.
That's what we talking about.
If we talking about the pretty and lonely,
Pretty and lonely.
pretty and lonely.
Pretty, comma, lonely.
Who?
Pretty, comma,
Yeah,
lonely.
we got the education.
You always got somebody trying to give us some punctuation.
got the education. E nice.
No, it just
Commas, people.
It clarifies. If you say pretty lonely girls, it's like you said, pretty lonely, right? But
Yeah.
if you say pretty, comma, lonely,
Right.
What if we just
we say
pause?
lonely pretty girls.
lonely pretty girls.
And first of all, ladies, if you listen to the show, all y'all ain't pretty, so all y'all don't qualify for this.
They're like, I'm in.
I'm here, like,
They're gonna be talking about me tonight.
I'm tuned in. Like, no, tune out.
And I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Jeezy and I are not that easy on the eyes.
Shit, speak for yourself.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck with
Jeezy.
you. Yeah, we not.
Jeezy's
I mean,
very
we just dudes, man.
Jeezy's very easy on the eyes where Moose is not.
No, we not. We just dudes, man. We just dudes.
Right.
I know the places. I know my lane.
I can almost fart on command.
I know what lane I'm in. Like I know who I can get, who I can't. I know what lane I'm in.
And I've gotten to the age now where if I hold 2 farts in, I'm feel bad about it. My whole body feels bad.
Right.
I feel like I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So I'm letting every other fart's coming out. So if even I'm with you or without you, every other fart's coming out. Is that you okay with that?
No, I mean, I'm not.
I mean,
with
like,
you,
E
so,
nice.
I'm not with you, so it don't really matter.
Be nice. Like if you're a woman, is that cool? I mean, like every other fart's coming out.
I mean, it is what it is.
Is it better in and
Can't
out
stop it.
from a woman's perspective? Is it better in and out?
Well, there's a double standard. It's not really. It's not a fair question
Because
because if you're with a woman who farted every other fart,
Yeah, we're
how
done.
exactly?
We're done.
Exactly.
wait, you're not staying with?
Like, just think
Like,
about
we're
that
done.
realistically.
All right.
Yeah, we're done.
If you were dating some chick that
Yeah.
every other time she had to pass gas, she just let
Matter of fact,
you'd be like,
all her farts
ugh.
really by accident.
You'd be like, that's nasty.
Like you sleep and it just come out, or you like doing a sit up and it just something like that.
But that shit can't be helped.
No, that's what I'm saying. It need to be done by.
So like, don't you get passes on those?
you get
But,
past,
like,
we better be
sleep.
sitting. Yeah, we not sitting on the couch. And you lean to the side. We're
No,
done.
that's not cute.
We're done.
There's
Like,
not even from a dude. That's not cute.
like,
No, I mean, but dudes
we
gonna do
yeah,
that.
we do that. But I don't do it,
Again,
but
that's why I say it's a double standard.
It is. I mean,
It's
but
not,
we
you
live by
can't-
that.
So if you're a woman, hey, I wish the women would like hit Texas.
I need a Me Too person to come up here, man. Like I need like a real Me Too person.
Cause she can fart if she wants to, right?
The
Yeah,
fuck
because
are you
more times than not, the
talking
Me
about?
Too people are not attractive. I have yet to see an
But-
attractive.
but
Are
here-
you joking right
Here's
now?
what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying,
That's a
though.
whole,
Slow down.
Have you
second. Here's what I'm saying though.
Huh?
So it can
Yeah, she getting fired up. Welcome back.
and a woman fart
No, she can't.
and it be okay?
No. Not around me.
If it's an accident,
Yeah, actually, yeah, like say doing sit-ups, some type of workout, strenuous activity.
Well, she's walking up the steps, like walking up the steps. You cool with that?
I'm
No?
not saying a damn thing.
That's an accident. Could be you're getting a strenuous activity. Like
Walking up the steps is not strenuous.
you bring
no
your
more.
leg up, man. So things happen.
Okay, so you cool with that? All right, I'm not mad.
Accident, man. But like, see, you ain't just gonna rip one.
So, all right, so
We're done.
Jeezy, what you're saying is that
Jeezy's a savage, by the way.
men can fart
Yeah, man,
whenever they want to.
I mean, we are who we are, man. Like women have come to accept
So,
it.
so you're saying that
You shouldn't do
you're
it.
comfortable doing it in front of a chick
No, I
that you're
don't.
with.
But, no.
I am.
What
Moose
if,
is.
what if it's like a new, like someone you just started to talk
Oh
to?
no, ain't nobody new. No.
See, but then that's a different story than
But
altogether.
I might though.
also.
I might.
Because once you're with somebody for a longer period of time, like
Yeah, we still done.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm
Unless you got a
saying?
medical condition.
First night, I'm not farting. But I'm going to let her know that at some point I might fart, man. And guess what? It's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay.
so then
Right.
why can't she do that too
No!
and have it be okay? Why?
No.
I don't.
Why not?
I don't
No,
care if
no,
she
no,
farts a
no,
little
no,
bit.
no, I
but I
do.
mean, not.
Not like all the damn time.
No, not as much
See,
as
the
me.
thing is, man, like my vision of women is they don't never shit, they don't never fart.
Pineapples.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just
They never do.
Yeah.
they never do. They're just nice, clean beings, man. That's the way I look at them. They're just like always nice and clean.
So cute.
So
So
yeah,
sweet.
that's
I like
my,
that.
Have you
That-
ever lived with a woman?
That's my reality.
How you've lived with a woman?
Yeah, I was married.
So,
Yeah, that's my reality.
and your reality still holds true.
yeah,
like
it was
you
true.
still
She's never
think
done
that women-
never around me. Never.
I know people that were married. I know a woman.
I never seen her shit. None of
I
that.
know
You
a
don't have
woman
to
that was
see her to
married.
know that it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I know it happens, but I never walked in the bathroom behind like, damn, like it never happens.
Like I know a woman that was married.
She's like a cat.
You know what she told me? She told me that.
It was a cat.
You know what
shit.
she told me? She told me that her husband never farted around her,
I didn't.
like never like made noise like in the bathroom,
I never do that.
and never left dribbles on the toilet seat.
No, I've done
That's
that.
nice.
Never left dribbles. Now I am that. I am that guy. Like if I accidentally dribble, I'll wipe.
Oh yeah, wipe, yeah. But
I'll
sometimes
clean it
you
up.
forget.
I don't just leave it, and I put the seat down every time. I put the seat down
I
if
don't-
I'm by myself. And you know
I
what?
don't give a shit.
Hey, most of the time Moose is by herself. And guess what I did the other day?
You close the door and take a shit.
I still do close the door.
Yeah, close the door too. I don't know why. It's strange.
I'm by myself. And guess what else I did the other day though? I went to sit down and I left the seat up on myself and was mad.
Yeah, that's
I like sat down and started went too far. And I was like, what? And I had to stand up. And then I don't do CrossFit or nothing. So like I almost pull a muscle trying to stand
so
up.
Basically, your cold ass, your ass is that
Hell
cold
right.
ass porcelain. Like
I almost pulled
oh!
a muscle. Right, I almost
What?
pulled a muscle
That's
trying to
different.
stand
Falling
up.
in, your ass
You
falling.
damn near got to do CrossFit so you don't hurt yourself when
Hey,
you're squatting
you get
down.
your bidet, dog.
A
A
what?
bidet.
What's that going to do?
Man, clean your ass real nice, man. Hold
Like
the
it's going to
button.
spray the water on me?
Oh yeah, you like. Yeah, dog.
Well, hold on. I wish people could see that face.
I wish they could too.
Yeah, man, that's my old face. Yeah, dog.
Is it vinegar face?
Vinegar strokes.
Yes. All right, so
Yeah,
Hey, folks,
explain to
man.
you what vinegar strokes are.
I'm sorry.
I know what vinegar strokes
Yeah.
are. I've watched the league.
Oh!
Every season.
Oh!
of the
The
league.
league.
Oh, okay.
That's where it
Do
came
you
from.
know what vinegar strokes are?
I do.
Only because I told him, but he didn't
But
watch
I learned from
He
here.
didn't watch the league.
You never watched the league?
The league is like one of the greatest shows.
No.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Hands down.
I'm my bad, guys. I'm not a big TV guy.
Yeah.
Well,
You say that, but he be like, yeah, Bruiser reviews, man. I watched. No. But yeah, the league, man. It's on Netflix, right?
No, it's on FX.
It's on Netflix now.
FX
maybe.
Black Mouth.
No, but it might
You
be
said
some of the
FX
seasons.
though, didn't you?
It's an easy binge. Like you can binge because it's 30-minute episodes.
It's an FX original, but it might be on Netflix now, but I'm not sure.
All right, guys. Hey, Heavy's radio show. All right, so last week. All right, so guys, I don't know if you know. No, we're here in Indianapolis, so we do the show on kind of a corner where Vermont,
Oh yeah, we almost had podcast Patty
where
come through.
Vermont, Senate, and
You gonna talk about podcast
and,
Patty?
yeah, and Indiana hit together, and we had somebody call in on us, and we nicknamed her
Podcast Patty.
Podcast Patty, man. And so, can you believe this? All right, so here's this phenomenon going on, and I saw some information where like 300 calls go, throughout the weeks, man, where people call in on children or people barbecuing, selling lemonade stands, all that kind of stuff. What's the reason that people are calling 911 because someone's selling barbecue or selling, waters or lemonade stand?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I was talking to listeners and totally forgot what you were saying. Why people calling on people?
Podcast patties, yeah. Why is there so many of them now?
They don't have shit else to do.
Pretty much. It's a sense of entitlement. It's I'm distracted. My shirt's a little high.
Anyway,
It's a weird outfit.
finish the statement, man.
She
Not
was
even
gonna,
that good.
but she was gonna dust it too. I don't like that.
Yeah, not even that good.
Yeah. So man, it's just entitlement, man. People can't get out of their own way. They feel that they are.
They're
more,
upset about the rest of their day, so they
Yeah.
want to make everybody else miserable.
Yeah,
It's
or
like
they feel-
that old misery loves company bullshit.
Yeah, or they feel they're more important. I can't sleep. Man, motherfucker, you live on the corner of Indiana and Vermont, downtown Indianapolis. Of course, it's gonna be loud.
Right.
But it's 8 o'clock though, 8:30.
Yeah,
And even that night it was 10.
Like,
So it's,
come on, say it to my face. My thing is, say it to my face. How about come out of the window like you do in New York and yell out your window?
well, the noise ordinance,
This is-
in Indiana is not till 11.
It's until 11, so I can sit here and play a banjo till 11 o'clock.
And then
Yeah,
I would like to see that.
Bring
you
one.
gonna play a banjo?
He said, "Bring one."
Ding 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 ding. Is that what you gonna play?
Ding, 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 ding.
Dueling banjos.
Dueling banjos.
All right,
You know what I'm
all right.
saying?
So, that's so crazy. Hey man, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. All right, so listen. Later on we're gonna have some bruising reviews. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we also
I was trying to reach in the whip. I was gonna jump over there and get him.
we also have
Pretty lonely girls. Lonely pretty girls.
And man, that's gonna be a major
That's
topic.
the topic of the day. I already got E-Nice fired up when I said there was no pretty Me Too chicks.
All right, so I tell
I
you
call them
what.
chicks, that's disrespectful.
Should
Her
we
female
go?
was disrespectful. I don't know what to call them.
All right, so
Ladies.
should we go ahead and then do our bruising reviews and then just jump into
Yeah,
it?
jump on in.
All right, so
You can't-
you
can't-
have any bruising reviews, Big Guy?
Actually, I don't.
You know what I'm sad about?
It's-
I wanted to see Uncle Drew this weekend.
Yeah, I want to see Uncle Drew too. And speaking
And
of, I
didn't
do get a bruise
chance.
reviews.
I didn't get a chance.
Courtesy of Big Gates, man. Big Gates said 5 Gatorades, which means don't even drink, stay hydrated. It's funny. It's a great movie. He liked it. So the reviews that I heard on it was real good on it.
Really?
Yeah, so I've heard number positive stuff about the movie, man.
So the Heavy Hitters are saying go out and see Uncle Drew.
I'm still on Uncle Drew, man. I'm gonna go check it out this week.
I'm gonna check it out myself. All right. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. You know what, man? I was trying to watch Luke Cage and something happened. I can't remember what happened.
Luke Cage is off the chain, man.
I've heard mixed reviews.
People. The problem is, I think a lot of it is Infinity Wars kind of ruined it for a lot of people
Why you say that?
because it was so great. So, with Infinity Wars being like one of the greatest movies, not just comic, but one of the greatest movies of all time, and the numbers show it, to like watching these Netflix shows, man, it kind of take you out of it. Like, I thought Deadpool.
Wait, is Luke Cage the one with the dude that looks like R. Kelly?
Yeah,
Okay.
Black, yeah.
He doesn't look like R. Kelly.
He
But
does. On the Netflix promo for it, I always
I mean
think
the
he
bald
looks like-
head, dark goatee. I can kind of see
R.
it.
Kelly.
The old R. Kelly. I'm talking
Black
about
guy.
Public announcement R. Kelly.
Black guy. That's R. Kelly.
Yeah. Or Tyrese.
Is that Tank?
Right. A tank.
Any
Black guy, he Ice Cube.
add any,
Yeah.
please add any bald headed black man.
Yeah,
Moose.
All right, I'm just gonna prove you wrong.
You
I'm
say
gonna
Moose.
show
though,
you
but
exactly
how
what
can
I'm
they
talking
say
about.
Moose? It look like him.
Right, she gonna show us a picture. You gonna
I
look
sure
just
the
like.
fuck am.
It look like
Because you're
Denzel.
pulling this bullshit. Oh, black guy. No.
All right. So, So,
Who's that
so
man?
funny. all right. So listen, I don't have any other bruising.
I don't either, man. Like this has been a slow. I mean,
Slow movie watching week.
No, slow.
All right. So I got this thing for. I did watch Caddyshack again, and it was very, very funny, man. I still laugh, even though I've seen it. I've seen it, you know, I don't know, 15 times, man. I still enjoy Caddyshack. You remember that one?
Yeah, I never.
Bill
I was
Murray,
watching
Chevy Chase
the
and
golf
all that.
movie.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. You know, I used to really enjoy, man. What's his name? Rodney Dangerfield. He was a very funny kid.
Get no respect.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No, right.
Let me hear that again.
What happened?
That was
I
good.
get no respect.
Nice, good job, man. Hey, speaking of that, man, we gonna have a free comedy show.
Know what, man? I've been working on my material, man. I think I want
Free comedy show next
I think I
Wednesday.
want to do stand up, man. I think I want to do it
next Wednesday. Free.
I think
Are you gonna get on? You gonna be on?
get up there, man, and do my jokes, man. About my imaginary girlfriend. Do like the how she broke up with me, man.
That would be amazing. I would love to see.
Can I tell you my set? Part of my set right now.
Hey folks, it's the Heavy Hitters Radio comedy segment
Yeah, man.
starring the one and only El Jeezy Mbaku.
Yeah, man. Just going through a tough time, man. Tough breakup, man. Like, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. You know, we just had a breakup. Yeah, I know. I'm sure. Thank you. Screw you for not caring. But anyway, yeah, man. So you know, tough breakup, man. You know, the situation was getting kind of rough, and you know, I took a chance on this one. You know, I went out and she had Parkinson's. You know, so I felt, you know, she had Parkinson's, so I felt like I was doing her a favor. You know, who knew that getting unlimited hand jobs would be a problem?
Damn.
I don't know about that, but yes, go.
You know,
Go, yeah.
I mean, I think about the advantages I had at first. I mean, she never complained because she never get tired. Hell, when she sleep, I just squirt lotion in her hand. You know, and we there.
Oh, God.
You know, but honestly, I think the final straw, man. You know, she's got tired of me doing that kind of stuff. But I think the final straw did it, and I could be wrong. So, you know, one day she was like, she was tired, and she came home, wanted to make a bubble bath, whatever. So she made a bubble bath, and so I happened to go in there, and I saw her in there, and I was like, well, shit, let me go ahead and grab my shorts and my socks, and I just threw them in the tub with her, man.
We try.
I mean, it was like the spin cycle. It was how to agitate the water.
Oh, man. Ooh.
What was that? Is that R. Kelly? That's
That's the dude that I always see that looks like R. Kelly.
the Bushmaster.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that because I don't watch the shit.
That's
always
that's
what I
Luke
see.
Cage right there.
No, I see that now, but what
And
I'm
she
saying
was
is
like-
that's the face that always pops up on the Netflix when you
Yeah,
open it up.
the Bushmaster.
Yeah, that's the person
Yeah, he's
who I was
Jamaican.
talking about.
No.
He doesn't like R.
Not-
Kelly.
not the same.
Like not even close.
Okay, if you saw the promo,
Hey,
you
he
would,
nice.
but
I'm
it's
not. I'm not sure why he's so aggressive.
Yeah.
He's
So
aggressive.
yeah, so she broke up with me because I threw some clothes in the tub with her. When she was down.
So you.
Man, I just felt like the water's agitated. You know, I could throw my clothes in there. Smells
Damn.
like kill two birds with one stone.
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes.
God bless you. Have a good time.
All right.
That's
man.
my set.
Hey, man.
That's my comedy set.
Good
It
job,
might be
man.
a little tweak, just a little.
Well, I
Good
can't tell
job.
I can't tell I'm getting hand jobs from girl with Parkinson's.
No, that's fine. The hand jobs wasn't a problem. Like throwing the clothes in the tub
That's
because the
funny.
water was agitated because she had Parkinson's.
That's funny.
So wait a minute, so the hand job is fine. That's why I said the final straw was she broke up with me because I threw my clothes in the tub when she was in there.
All right. So let me see.
I ain't want to waste energy.
If we're doing comedy, you want me to come up with something?
Nah, I'm not gonna do that joke.
You want me to come up with something right now?
Hey, go ahead.
I'll come up with something. Introduce me.
All right, man. All right, man. Keep that energy going. Keep that energy going, man.
Yes.
Coming to the stage, man. This guy is hilarious. He is hilarious, for real. Coming to the stage, man. Give it up for my boy, Moose, a.k.a. Big House.
Hey, man. What's
Man,
up?
big man.
What's up, everybody, man? I'm Musa. I'm so glad to be, in your area, man. I'm so glad to be in your area. Hey, so I heard you say I was hilarious,
Yeah.
and in that last election, right?
Oh,
It was crazy, man. It was crazy because, when you talk about being hilarious, I think I wanted Hillary Clinton to win.
me too.
But I think that the reason I wanted Hillary Clinton to win for the most part was to have Bill Clinton back into the White House, because at that point Hillary would have been one of them wives. They'd be like, "What you doing now? What you doing now?" Because she would have flashbacks. She would have flashbacks of what they had when Bill had to shut down, and he was getting a blowjob in the
blowjob,
Oval
yeah.
Office. So she'd have been in the Oval Office like, I'm changing everything in here. I am not having any of this in here. My husband was in here. Matter of fact, where's Monica Lewinsky? She needs to move out of this. She probably would have Secret Service own Monica Lewinsky, moving her out of somewhere because she would not have that. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine having your spouse? You now own the area where you know your spouse got a blowjob, and as a matter of fact, put his cigar in the vagina
And then smoked it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and now you got to sit there. Could you do it? No, y'all couldn't do it. I know I couldn't do it. I mean, I tell you what, I'm a man of a certain age where I'm a businessman, but I'm one of those newfangled businessmen, right? Like, I am way better at Angry Birds than I am at QuickBooks. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could play the hell out of some Angry Birds, but man, QuickBooks, I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know where to put my receipts or nothing like that. And so, you know, when you have that newfangled, when you have that newfangled businessman, it's a whole new system. All right, you guys with me so far? All right, so here's how it works.
Are you in a comedy show or you talking to us? I'm confused.
That's my set.
It's a segue.
Oh, yeah, I was lost.
What the hell?
Okay, you kept asking me questions. I'm like, should I answer?
How come I'm asking the
Or should I
crowd?
wait?
It's crowd participation.
Oh, my bad, homie.
It's a segue.
Thank you.
Segue something
I'm
right
out.
with a helmet.
Say what?
What?
You gotta put that in your thing. They call us a segue, but I thought that was somebody wearing a helmet.
So
You
it's
gotta
something
put that-
right with a
put that
helmet.
in your
Yeah.
thing.
Whichever chooses
All
to do
right.
it.
So anyway, was that good? Was it good? How was it? And matter of fact, that Hillary thing, I came up with that right when
there
you
on
said
the fly.
it.
That's pretty good.
You like that?
Pretty good.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Heavy Ears Radio Show,
She can
folks.
be ultra critical. Go ahead.
I know. She's like,
She had to go face like,
is it free? The show's free,
Yeah,
right?
the show's free, right?
Right. You get your paper bag and be all kind of red marks on it, like, yeah, you kind of need to go here,
Right.
here. That's
You know what? Hey,
green.
I want you. You know what she
Little
said?
Queen literature over here.
She did mine. It'd be operationally vague,
Right.
which pissed me off. I got that when I was in college, man. I still think about. I just slap that motherfucker if I see him this day.
So what would you do? What would you? I mean, it's on your face
What's on my face?
that you want to critique his comedy show. So go ahead.
Not at all. It was good.
Crickets.
There had to be more comic
See,
timing.
see, here I told you.
Only because you were confused as hell. You were like, "Wait, are you talking to us, or are you still doing your comedy show?" Like, there just needs a little bit. We got to work on timing a little bit. That said, we don't know about your timing because you only told like one joke, really.
It was only,
You had,
only
like,
got
the one
5
thing,
minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes. No, 5. I'm not doing a half-hour special.
I'm on Netflix.
I got one joke.
I'm on Netflix.
Matter of fact, I come up there, I say my joke. All right, man, have a good one, man. I'm out.
I'm out. Music playing.
My
For the next comedian.
The other joke that I was gonna have was about dating, foreign people.
Save it. You gotta save it. Save it for
Language
next
is
time.
important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Language is
for
very
sure.
important.
Yeah,
All right.
there's nothing sexy about Chinese.
Damn.
Give you a freak on. Bang, chang, bang, chang.
No, that's not true.
Bang, chang, bang, chang.
Because German, everybody turn young. Ice guy over here now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you yelling at me. But see, like Spanish, you like, hey, papi, mami, you like, okay. French, you like, je m'appelle Avant. You like, okay. Then you got like Hindu.
Come take your clothes off.
Like you ain't
Take
really
your
even
That's Scottish. Were you being
Yeah,
Sean
take it.
Connery?
if I hear Mia Khalifa
Scottish?
come here, Jesus, let me give you a blowjob. I'm like, nah, I'm cool.
Nah, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm not even fired
Yeah,
up.
my
about
hand's
that.
fine.
That's funny.
Unless you got Parkinson's.
I pat. You got Parkinson's. I'm too. Get the Jergens ready.
So are you telling me that Michael J. Fox, you and Michael J. Fox?
Not me and Michael J. Fox, but then give me a woman with Parkinson's. We in there. And until she get one of those
I'm a little bit
contractions.
grossed out, man. Hey,
no, her hand is always doing this. So it's naturally be like, okay, you gotta aim it and just stick it in and just. You ain't even gotta move, yo. She's
folks, if you saw the movement of this big guy,
You just-
hey man, I tell you what, Heavy Ears Radio Show,
Yes.
man, you're listening.
She's
man.
not a pretty lonely girl at all.
She's a pretty lonely girl.
She's
I tell
not.
you what, so let's talk about this. So you know the rule, man. We always talk about this, by the way, that in the come about October or so, it's cuffing season.
Cuffing season, absolutely.
And everybody's kind of just getting some woman that, or man, because women cuff too, getting some woman, some man to kind of settle down for the winter, just kind of chill out.
Yeah.
And then, as the winter progresses, they kind of hang out, they do their thing. But man, I tell you what, then it's free agency like it is in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
At that point, and then next thing you know,
You basically dump your dead weight from the winner.
it's over with. It's totally over. And here's what'll happen. The signal is 2 70-degree days
In a
in a row.
Yeah.
And then free agency starts at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys knew that, but that's the rule.
You know what I'm upset too, man? Some of y'all don't know that y'all on 1 year deals. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You got the free agent exception.
Yeah, man. Some of y'all are trying to get max deals. It's like, nah, man, you a 1 year deal. 1 year, yo.
So what do you do with that?
Yeah, you opt out. Okay,
Opt out slowly.
I'm good.
You opt out slowly?
Oh, slowly though. No, it depends. It depends on how long you do. If it's 6 months, 3 months, this just all depends, man. Some of y'all need to realize, man. You know what, man? You just equipped for 1 year deals, man. And that's cool. I mean, there's guys who only 1 year deals.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not just strictly to women. I mean, there's...
Man, you know what? Your business was going great. Everything was fun. You had a great time. Now you're in a bad spot in life.
1 year deal.
I'm
man.
out.
I'm out. 1 year deal, man. We good. Wrap this up and go.
All right, so
Now, some of y'all on 10-day contracts. You're a nice little 10-day.
So what's the reason that you find so many beautiful, curvaceous, pretty,
Boobalicious.
sexy girls single?
Single.
We had to talk about
That
this
was early, man. There's so one. Well, there's layers. The first.
It's like an onion.
The first boat
Typical,
are
they have good
the
onions.
hot single moms.
Yeah.
Right. Hot single mom. That's like a boat into itself, right?
All right.
They are different from the single no kids.
Yeah.
Right. So the way then you get divorced. So I think there's 3 categories.
All right.
You got single mom.
Yeah.
You got
That's
divorce.
never been married.
That's never been married.
All right.
Then you got divorcee, newly single.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then you got never been married, no kids, single.
Right.
Right.
And by the way, we definitely got to talk about the fact that dudes are banging donkeys in Cartagena.
We
gotta talk about that.
Wait a minute. So the first group,
Yeah.
single mom, no kids, might be the toughest one to date. Might be.
Single mom,
Single
no
mom.
children.
Single mom with no kids. Single
That's
mom with
funny.
kids.
Yeah. Okay.
She might be the toughest to land.
Okay, because she's got an idea what it's supposed to be like.
Or she got priority somewhere else.
Probably somewhere else. Right?
Children.
If it's a boy, you definitely ass out. Because, especially if she refers to her son as the man in the house, and he's like 10.
Ooh, yeah, it's over with.
Yeah, you're done. So
I'm sorry, what'd you say? You're
done. Like, fellas, that should be like red flag. If you ever hear her refer to her son as the man of the house, or my little man, out. Like, just go ahead and be like, no, I'm gonna hit this 1-2 times, and then we punting on third down.
Hold on.
Punting.
So you still a dog.
Oh yeah, we still gonna hit.
A dog of a man where you gotta go ahead and tap it a couple
tap
times.
a couple times. At least 3 and out.
We punting on fourth down.
Fourth down. No, we out. We done.
All right.
It's not me, it's you.
All right.
So, yeah. As soon as you hear those words, this is my little man.
That's why you the man.
Like you're done. Like you would never compete. Like you were never overtaken. Like never. You would never do it. No, you could be there 30 years, and guess what?
He's a man of the house.
He's a man of the house.
Now, what if you do him like
Big boy?
No, like Jody.
Jody,
Like
baby boy.
like Baby Boy.
Yeah.
Like Ving Rhames did.
Yeah, but even that was a problem. I mean, Jody, 20-some years old, still at the crib.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a problem.
But he had to choke him. Did he choke? Was he naked when he choked him?
He wasn't a nigga when he choked him out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, what you
I mean,
gonna do?
but it comes to putting hands on Jody. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my baby. Like, nah, he's 28 years old.
He got to go.
Yeah, he got to go.
He got a baby himself. You're a grandma. Talking about that's my baby.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the challenge, man. You always got to overcome that nonsense.
All right.
So then, part 2 of that is her. What's the word? Help me out, E-Nice. When you think you're better than what you really are, you
What
oversell.
book?
Arrogant?
not arrogant.
Book. Go ahead.
That's not him. He's clearly walking across the street. I don't think that's Book. So
Book and see. Man.
Like,
Anyway, go ahead.
she thinks that she's better than she is.
yeah, she
Not you're thinking overcompensate.
She puts herself
But-
on a pedestal.
A pedestal.
She's like, she's almost untouchable.
she's almost
unless-
untouchable. Like she usually these women like that. They put themselves on a level where they think they're better than what they really are. They're irrational.
It's like, so are you saying that they want to be treated like this way that's
A certain way.
that's far outside of the
Way
of what
outside of
what they deserve.
I'm not gonna say deserve of what is capable of what somebody is capable of giving.
You
It makes
think?
sense. I mean, you get what you deserve. So I mean, you feel you deserve it. Like, who am I to tell you what you deserve?
But
But it's not realistic.
are you saying they are not putting in the work to
No,
be treated
hell
that
no.
way?
No, they're not. They're not nearly.
They
putting-
walk in the door like,
Like the women who want to be kept.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. But it just feel like they think they the shit.
They'll work, but they want to be kept.
But they want to ignore the baggage that they got. But they're like, no, I'm still the shit. Like, nah, you kind of not.
Right. You got this, and this going on.
And then you got a lot going on right now, and you still act like you don't, because you just, and you expect me to act like I don't even see all the shit in the background that's going on. Like, oh, I'm just looking at you, but your house on fire, but I'm just looking at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
And so this
Trauma
this is a woman that has children but's never been married.
never been married.
Okay. And so what you said is the boy, if there's a son,
Yes.
he's the man of the house. He's my best friend.
If she utter those words, it's over with. Don't even
go in there.
Don't even fool with it, man. Just be done.
Okay.
I mean, still enjoy it for a little while. You can do that. But don't make no long-term plans, buddy.
3 pulls and pass.
3 pulls and pass. We out. Then you got. We'll go to never been married.
No children.
No children.
What is it?
Late 30s, mid to late 30s.
All right.
No, that's a tough one to crack.
They're gonna be mad. There's a lot of that's who listens to us. By the way.
Yeah,
so,
no.
yeah.
These women.
Hey, we like y'all.
Again, they expect a lot because obviously with no baggage, no nothing.
And here's the thing, like a lot of times you'll see them, man, and they have been on the dating scene for a long time. And you look at them and you're like, how the hell are you not seeing someone right now?
I'm gonna tell you why, man.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you why, man.
The world according to Jesus.
World according to Jesus.
Mbappe.
Well, when you approach that mid 30s,
Yeah.
Late 30s, and you never been married, no kids. What happens is over your lifetime, especially if you're pretty, if you're attractive, in your 20s, you have turned down many potential good dudes, but you just felt like you had this thing where you want this particular man, he looks like, whoever. Channing Tatum or something like that.
It's a situation where a lot of these women have kind of like a soundtrack, like they're watching these movies.
They
have this soundtrack in their head.
In their head. Exactly.
Like where there's violins playing.
I want him to take me out on a picnic with the beach and we have wine and we sit down and we eat, carrots, and then he takes me home and he puts me to bed. He don't try to sleep with me at all. Like what? Who does that?
I'm sorry. I'm just going to interject real quick.
Yeah.
Where are you getting your data? Like where
Jesus,
you
man.
really think that women who are in their mid to late 30s think that there's a soundtrack to their lives?
No,
like they're going to follow some kind of weird
I asked. Hey, this movie.
rom-com
It's a bunch of that.
Yes.
It's a bunch of that.
Rom-com,
It's a bunch of that. Yes.
Has
Yes.
the thought ever
It's never our fault.
come to... Okay.
Go, just go.
It's never our
Sorry,
fault.
I
I'm gonna tell you why it's never
I
our
choked.
fault.
I'm verklempt.
I'm gonna tell you why it's never our fault. Because we don't choose y'all. Y'all choose us.
Okay, but have you ever thought that maybe there are more women now who are okay with not being in a relationship?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's like I'm gonna give you a perfect analogy. It's like the person that you know a lot of people on Instagram, their life is the best thing ever. You got pictures, hey, my life is great, but then you go over their crib, it's like what the, like they crying, behind the scenes, but on So you got, you know, the women's like, y'all cool being single, and then it's like cold outside, so she got to be done. You're like, this single shit is weak. It's weak. Nobody wants to be single. Nobody wants to be. Even men don't want to be single.
But
If you ain't got no money.
But here's the thing.
If you got money, you should be single.
I would argue that most people don't want to be single just out of companionship. Because I could feel lonely, but as long as I'm kicking it with somebody, friend, it could be a girlfriend, it could be a friend that I've known for years, whatever. As long as I'm doing something, it's not that deep.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't you agree?
No.
So are you lonely?
No.
Are you a pretty lonely boy?
No.
You're a man first, bro.
Yeah, men are never lonely. Never.
You just said even men get lonely.
No, I said men want companionship. I never said lonely.
Men do want companionship.
You said men want relationship.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the point? So
the point.
And by the way, I did say that there. You know,
he said the soundtrack. I never said the soundtrack to the life.
A lot of times, I feel like women are looking for, you know,
perfection.
like if you go on those dating sites and stuff like that, you know what you'll see a lot of times. You know, I'm never been married. I got 2 children, or I've never been married. I'm single, blah blah blah, and then I'm looking for this specific type of person, and none of it is emotional stuff.
No.
Fit, active, and successful. You know, college graduate. You know, whatever. You know what I mean? And so
it's all superficial stuff, man. It don't matter.
If you don't fit that, and which please don't get me wrong. What are the men saying?
Same thing.
Attractive, curvaceous, you know, blah blah blah. Right. And so it's kind of the same thing.
Bullshit.
But guess
you want
what?
a woman who makes her own money.
No, I don't want an independent woman.
But you want a woman who has her own money.
You wanted to help, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to be independent. No.
Because
you just want some submissive woman.
Yeah.
Who doesn't question things.
You gotta speak up.
Yeah. Works for me.
You gotta speak up.
No, I mean, I'm in the red. Yeah, it works for me.
So you want a submissive woman?
Yeah, absolutely. Why would I want to do? Why would I want to dominate? Like, you can't have 2 quarterbacks. You can't. There's one guy going hike, and he distributes everything.
You don't need 2 quarterbacks, but you need somebody who's going to be able to handle her own, don't you?
The running back is a submissive position because you depend on me giving you the ball and you making magic with it. But at the end of the day, the quarterback is the one handing you the ball. The receiver, I'm the one throwing you the ball. I'm the one making all the decisions. When I hike the ball, either you open, you ain't open, I'm going here. I'm going here.
What if she's the one hiking it to you? You okay with that?
Yeah, because she blocking. She keeping people away from me.
But
yeah.
So you don't want a woman who is able to make a decision.
I don't need a backup quarterback. I don't.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Why? I mean, yes, she has input. I'm not a caveman. I'm slightly out of there, but
once removed.
Well, I'm like one generation removed from caveman. I'm being honest. But like, yeah, she has an opinion. She's able to come to me and be like, hey, we should do this. I'm like, all right, cool. But true, know and believe, I got full veto. But like, nah, we ain't doing that. Because as a man, most men make logical decisions because we see 4 or 5, 10 steps ahead. Like, nah, down the line, that's gonna be a problem. Where women make a decision off emotion, how they feel at the particular moment, how you feel, and then it's either you do good or you don't.
What do you think about that, Moose?
And it's true because, like, I get and see when women say I ain't emotional. Here's what I'll say: I ain't met a dude yet to ever call the cops on this woman. And she slashes tires. She write asshole on his car, key and shit. And he ain't never called the cops. You know why? He like, no, if I call the police, then DCS will be in the crib. Like, we know the ramifications, all the stuff of how everything.
That's a huge point.
Everything to be how just by calling the police, her whole life can be like torn apart because I know that she got this in the crib. All this kind of stuff.
Because I think there's another reason behind that too.
But we don't do it. So
you wouldn't want to do it because you wouldn't want people to think that you had to call the police on your girl.
But you know what women do? As soon as you do, you can throw your phone through the wall or something. Ain't nothing that hurts. Like, I'm tired. They call the cops. Guess what? Now you go to jail. You miss work. You get fired.
So you
got a record. All because she was in her feelings.
Hold up a second.
Yeah.
You completely blew past exactly what I just said.
What?
You don't think that it has anything to do with the fact that dude's pride would be so hurt because they had to call the cops on his chick? Because I think that's the first thing in his head. Not,
Yeah.
well, this could ruin her life and all that. No,
but
you just don't want your friends to find out that you had to call the cops on your chick.
yeah, but because you shouldn't. Because first of all, a man should be able to handle his business with
But
his
that's
girl.
my
at the end of
point.
the week.
You were saying that men are.
But no,
less,
but the thing is,
you were thinking about you going, man.
No,
I don't
but
wanna
in all honesty, we do recognize things ahead. Like we do recognize, like by doing this. First of all, we don't want them to come look at us. We don't want them in our business. We don't want them cops coming in the house.
let's get the selfish part in there first.
Yeah, of course.
That's typically where men's brains go.
Well, hold on.
I mean, we
Can
are selfish.
Can I interject one time?
Absolutely.
I mean, I feel like it's not a selfish thing to say, man, she's tripping, but I don't want to call the police on her because it's gonna do this, that. It's gonna
Escalate.
It's gonna mess up her job. It's gonna mess up our family. It's
But
gonna
that's
mess
not what
up.
I'm saying. I'm saying
so-
you guys aren't thinking of that first.
No. What I'm saying
actually
is, I guess what I'm saying is Moose and LGZ and Baku are thinking that. We are saying, I'm not trying to ever. I know she's tripping right this second. And I know in my mind, I'm like, and I don't want to be with her no more.
Right.
However, I don't want her to go to jail. I don't want her to, I don't
Have
want.
you ever been in that situation?
Yes.
Yes, I
Have
have.
you?
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
So I mean, so I can.
Because
I can-
with me,
so-
the first thing I think about is
I can
if the
speak
cops
firsthand.
call, I'm the one. They look at me and look at her. I'm going every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
I'm going every time. They come in like, man, you big brother. Nah, I'm going every time. So I'm like, so I'm hands off. Like
I just don't
hands in my
understand-
pocket. Let me slide, pat me.
Not even in my
Well,
pocket.
and here's the problem, right? And this goes into the lonely pretty girls thing. Like, I don't understand what a dude can do that's so bad that makes you want to look like a total ass like that. Like, I've never.
I don't
want
wanna
to
be with
like,
you no
I'm gonna
more.
slash his tires. I'm gonna.
That's
fuck
all you
up
gotta
his-
say.
When she,
You
I've
may not do it.
Like, if you okay, cool, bet, bye.
That's
like,
you, but
That's
you.
you.
That's
But
you.
that's what I'm saying.
But there are some people that you saw the chick that text message the guy 65,000 times.
65,000 times after
what?
one,
one
day.
day. Yeah,
No, she did.
yeah.
See, but that's not the norm.
Shh.
When's the last time you went on a date got 65,000 text messages?
No, I mean not like that.
It's
That's not
no.
the norm.
Yeah,
Shit
true.
like that's not the norm.
There are very normal short bitches
Hold on a
now.
second.
But-
You're saying that more than in more than one relationship that you guys have been in, that you've had the chick flip the fuck out
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Try to.
Then
try
you need to look for a different chick.
Hold on
man.
1 second.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Try to hit you with the car.
Yep.
What?
Kill your car.
Yep.
Run you off. Try to make you get fired from your job.
Yep.
Try to send you to jail. Try to ruin. Have your friends in it. Try
Yep.
to get your friends against you.
Yep.
Try to
Where
put
do
you
you
on
meet
blast.
these
Try to
women?
put you on blast.
Yep. And this is several. This is several.
It's not
through
one,
through the
yeah.
years of my life.
That's
This is-
messy.
Yeah, it gets real messy.
no, I
That's
don't-
why. That's why guys gotta have a breakup plan. Like we gotta have a breakup plan. Like you just can't be like we're done because
You're not the only one.
Yeah. Yeah, but I know
So,
dudes would be crazy.
what are you saying? Dudes are crazy and they like
Some
sleep.
guys, yeah.
The dudes will sleep on your porch.
Some guys are crazy.
Swim fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, no.
I'm not sleeping on
I
nobody.
don't care enough, though.
But that said, like, I've only had one relationship where I've been like, I really got to think this out how I'm going to end this. Only one, because he was crazy. Like, legit, like, tried to run me off the road one time we were in the car together.
that's
type
what I'm
shit.
saying.
So I had to have a plan. I get it, but I haven't had any. I've only dated one guy like that.
No,
I've never
it's-
had multiples.
because women are
so my question
crazy.
is,
Women are
where
Is it because you go to the Y?
But that's not fair. Yeah, where are you meeting them?
No, women are crazy.
Where are you meeting
Wait,
them?
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
They're crazy.
I said because you go through the Y, and she goes, "Yeah,
Yeah.
where are you meeting them?"
Right.
That's not what I was talking about. Swing and miss.
Women are crazy.
Where are you meeting them?
Does it matter?
Yeah.
You meet them
Even
everywhere.
online,
I think it
in the
does.
bar,
I mean,
in the
these
store,
days,
in the
you meet them
corner.
online at the store, in the bar,
Yeah,
everything
everywhere.
they
They
said,
crazy. Women are
they still do
crazy,
the
man. They
same
know.
So
thing.
you agree women are crazy, Christopher?
Yes.
There
Well,
are.
you him.
I don't even know who you're talking to.
Moose.
Yeah,
But
because
the thing is, and then I go a step further because she didn't let me get to the juicy part when I say,
All right, go.
if you meet a woman in her 30s, no kids, never been married, man, you got to question that, man. Especially if she cute.
so what is it about her? Do you think that's making it like that?
Either A, she crazy, which most likely it is.
In
Am I humble
Experience.
opinion, in my humble opinion,
Yes.
which is about 85% accurate.
Okay.
There's always exceptions to the rule. There's always a couple of exceptions to get through there.
What else?
So there's a couple of exceptions. But yeah, and the reason why I say that, or she's irrational, and I'm gonna tell you why. There is no way that you're an attractive woman and you not have options. And I mean by options, I'm talking about hundreds.
At the minimum,
Hundreds.
40
a week. Options. You got options. So you mean tell me, out of all these guys, since you was the age of, I don't know, 17, and now you're talking 20 through 37, so you got 20 years. In 20 years, how many guys have you come in contact with and not one was worth it? Not one was able to stick? Not one? Not one?
So now-
that's a you problem.
Let me
That's
ask you this. Is there a situation where there could be and what's that word everybody uses these days? Anomaly. So every now and then there's an anomaly, right?
Yeah,
So we're not going to say 100%. We're going to say, what are we going to say? 95, 97?
Yeah, it was up there. It's like DNA test, 99.5. They got one open.
So is the same true for dudes in their 30s? Why?
No, because like dudes is completely different.
Why?
Because dudes don't really seek out relationships like that. They want it, but they don't. Okay, so if I was a pro athlete, I would never get married, like at all. There would be no reason to get married at all. As a professional, or if you make any money a consequence, there is absolutely no reason.
So why did you get married?
Well, first I wasn't an athlete.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. But why did you get married?
So I was young and I had kids. And it was like I got to do the right thing, and it didn't work. So
I got married for love.
yeah.
I felt like I loved him.
But if you're a man, if you're a professional athlete, like it can only turn bad for you. That's it. It's only
All right, so-
everybody else will benefit from the things that you do. But when it's over,
Not about athletes, though.
everything.
What about the common? What about the common guy?
Well, I think for the common guy, man, when you look at marriage and you look at relationships, I think, especially at my age, you look at business. Like I think relationships is a business
It always comes
arrangement.
back to that, yeah.
It's a business. Like, okay, what can you do for my enterprise? What can you do for my business? What can you bring to enhance what I got going on, and what can I do to enhance what you got going on, and we can build this empire together. If it ain't about that, like the rest of that stuff, like the physical stuff, like when you older, man, that's cool. Man, that's 10-day contract kind of stuff, you know. But
Right.
like, long term, like there's no desire because you bring nothing to the table
You gotta
except
bring
what you
something
look
to the
like.
table. You gotta bring something.
And looks is a depreciating asset. That shit
You
holds no value.
Are you talking
A lot
like
of big
Fromm?
words.
You talking like Fromm's talking?
No, but it is. But that's
TCU
real.
credit
But that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of like if you go on Instagram,
Legacy
a lot of
wealth.
women they think they base their things off how they look. I'm like, that's cool, but that has no
the
value.
problem.
That's like buying a car. Like it look good until you drive off the lot, then the value drop. So the older you get, every year, your value. If what you bring to the table is what you look like, every year that thing is dropping down. Every year, until one day, you know, you out here working for minimum wage.
You know.
But in your mind, because we see ourselves different than the world sees us.
Right.
In your mind, you still $29 now.
Hey, is that
No,
weird?
boo-boo.
Is that weird that I started like taking pictures of myself so I can see what I look like? Because I do think I'm pretty handsome.
Yeah, we
I take a picture of myself. I'm like, man, look at
we have
you.
we have a different self image of what we look like. You know what I'm saying?
Is it better or worse? It depends, right?
I think mine's pretty accurate. I mean, like I said, I know my lane. I know what tools I'm playing with, so I'm cool.
You know
I know
what,
I'm an
Clem?
asshole. I
You
know what I am. I go one day. I'm the same. I talk the same shit I talk. Like it don't change. I've been just 4 years, 5 years, and my story ain't wavered.
Under promise, over deliver.
Under promise, over deliver, man. That's my motto, man. Some dudes come in like a meteor, hot. Like, damn, look at that meteor shooting through the sky. Everybody all happy. They hit the
I
ground.
want him, I want
Ain't no
him.
bigger than this cup. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like in the sky, they look all big. When they get to the ground, like, what is this? Like, nah, man.
Heavyheads Radio Show.
Dudes,
man,
be
you
a
don't
jerk.
listen.
Ladies like jerks, man. Be a jerk.
You listen to Heavyheads Radio.
Don't be an
Show.
asshole. Be somewhat of an asshole.
I don't know why I keep saying it. You gonna say, if I say something again, you gonna say
No, but we gotta get to the married.
Heavyheads
divorce.
Radio Show, man. All right, so hey, I tell you what. So
Now we got
man,
divorce.
the name of the show It's called Pretty Lonely Girls. Lonely Pretty Girls. Yeah, the Lonely Pretty Girls. All right, so there was another category.
Divorce
so the
age.
first category was single
Mother.
with children.
With children.
The next category was divorce, right?
No, that's how it was.
Single.
Was single.
We're just
no
single.
Kids.
No
Never been
kids.
married.
Oh,
Never
wow. Okay. And those are the ones we need to steer clear.
Yeah.
Are they crazy?
Yeah, kind of. The one that you want to kind of nab, if you can, is a divorced woman, divorcee.
How soon?
You want to get there. If you can get there within at least, because you got to give her time to have her rebound phase. If you can get there within 6 months to a year after her divorce, and you
good to go?
You kind of good, man. You kind of because she's used to like having a man, so she knows what it's like to live with a man. And if he's an asshole, so then through talking to her, you find out, well, it was an asshole. Like, yeah, we did this. How long do you stay with him? I stayed with him. So then she's loyal. Like, you stay with this motherfucker for, so
ouch.
So you stay with him for a long period of time. So if she got kids, she's not irrational. She you know what I'm saying? She knows that it's more times than not, if she's divorced and the father of the kids are still in the picture, he's still involved. So you ain't got to worry about her saying this is the man of the house. No, she came from having a man. So it's her mentality is different. She's not used to being. She didn't have years and years and years of bad relationships. She was married. Maybe she had a bad marriage. That's only one guy. She didn't have 6 months bad, 2 years bad. You know what I'm saying? Of every dude that she didn't came in contact since she was 20 years old.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I always think people say, "Well, I didn't really like him." At some point, if he was married, you did like him, and you got children, you for sure liked him. At some point, he was the man. He was the best. He was the best thing you ever had next to your pops.
I think that it begs to be said also that you assume that just because the relationship ended that it was a bad relationship or a bad ending.
Right.
That's not always the case either.
Right, it's not. That's why you want to get a divorcee. Those are the best ones to date.
So in heavy hitters repertoire. So if we ranked them,
yeah.
If you're gonna date somebody, get you somebody that's divorced
Recently.
with children,
with
inside of a year.
Inside of a year, you want that.
What about the rebound effect?
Well, hopefully she would have had her fun in those 6 months, but she go through a whorish phase, which is fine. which is fine. Like I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Go out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, because she been with one dude, so it's only natural to be like, I want to try different shit. That's cool. I'm cool with that. But then she realized like it ain't out there. What happens is she go out there have her fun, and she's like, nah, this ain't for me.
Okay.
And then she back in there, you know what I'm saying, doing what she do.
So in the age of social media,
and this is like dating in your 30s.
dating apps and sites and all that kind of stuff.
That shit is crazy.
I mean, is that still the way to go, or do you meet somebody at the grocery store?
I mean, dating sites, as far as dating sites, well, I look at dating sites is like this. It's all a needle in a haystack. I mean, it don't matter where you meet them on a dating site or you meet them at the grocery store. It's all a needle in a haystack. It's just that online you got a better chance of finding that needle than you do just walking to a grocery store.
You think?
You got more options.
You got more
options. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Which I think the haystack is bigger.
It's bigger. It's a bigger haystack, but so you got more. You just got that fishing rod. You got that fishing. You know, some people fish with a net. Whenever they get back, shoes, socks.
Okay, I'm going to pose a question now.
Okay.
It's a hypothetical. Is it not, like, you hear all this stuff about, especially for men, I think men have this idea that women think, oh, I'm waiting for the one.
We got a voice. We got a female
Right?
voice, man. Shout out to Run, man. We got a female voice representing for.
So a lot of men think, oh, women think about, like, the one. Like, oh, this is the one man I'm supposed to be with. Like, which is bullshit, right? Like, because at the end of the day, what it comes down to, when you're in a relationship with somebody, what it comes down to is, I'm ready to kind of try to go all in with this person. I can do it. I can do it with this person. That's not to say that there's not somebody else I could do it with in 5 years.
Right.
But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as like, oh, we're, star-crossed lovers, like soulmates type stuff.
That's Disney shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like the princess shit that we're told with little girls.
Is that the soundtrack of what I said earlier?
Right, but that's my point. Like, you get to a certain age, right? So, like, as a woman in her 30s, you get to an age where you're like,
the soundtrack sound like cars and
that's all
motorcycles.
bullshit.
It is.
Right? I mean, because realistically,
it's bullshit.
You look at the people that that got married in their early 20s. Are they still married?
No.
So
The
some
majority of them are not.
some of them,
The
yeah.
majority of them are not. Not anymore, right?
Yeah.
They're not our parents. So you get to the point where
And they're not our
you're
parents.
like, man, why do I need to settle down if I'm not ready to settle down yet? If I don't know if this person is going to be the right person with me. So
I think
it is all a choice.
What about the biblical aspect of this whole thing?
That means
is that
nothing.
Is that out? Is that just, we just throw that out?
Yeah, we throw that out.
For some people, it means something, but for a lot of people, it doesn't.
Wow. I mean that you know I bring it up. I mean knowing that I don't.
And it really, you know, when you hear, like I said, they weren't our parents, I think the difference between our parents, our grandparents, is the women are different.
Yeah.
So, mama, big mama, big mama, they all took a lot of crap from their men.
Yeah.
They took a lot. You know what they did? Because they put family first. They stayed. They realized.
And here,
But they were also more dependent.
I will say
Yeah,
they were,
yeah,
that was
absolutely.
one point, and the other
Absolutely.
point. Guess what the other point was? If this is 30 years ago, right? So I see you in the morning, sweetheart.
Yeah.
We have coffee, we eat some eggs, whatever we're gonna do. I kiss you. I don't talk to you again until I get home,
Yeah.
and that's when we compare how the day
There
went.
it was. Yeah. You have something to talk about.
Right
Yeah.
nowadays,
You don't.
the minute that something happens, somebody's like, "Oh, did you see that? Did you kiss?"
So I
yourself?
mean, the thing is,
Right.
and it's tough on relationships because if you think about it, when you're in a relationship, you texting and talking all day, every day, on the phone, whatever, and then when you get home, what is there to talk about?
Ain't
Now,
nothing.
we didn't talk all day, so when I see you, it's like we didn't talk. So then when you find yourself repeating the same thing, like yeah, you already told me that. So I mean, I think the cell phone, access information has helped and hurt a lot of relationships.
All right, so lonely pretty girls, man. What is it that y'all like out there? And what we'll do is I'll post something on our page here tonight about the fact that if you are out there, and maybe you're not lonely, you know, maybe you're getting your needs taken care of, but you haven't found that one yet, right? And the one that's take care of you. And then you know how dudes are sometimes. Dudes be like, "Oh man, you been out there like that? Nah, I'm cool." You know, and you know what you do? You end up getting with the one that you don't think had as many. But you know what I saw? Guess what I saw? I can't pull it up on my phone. I saw where the average woman in her 30s has been with several hundred men by the time she's in her. If she's single, she's been with several hundred.
Several hundred? Like more
100.
than 200.
Yes, more than 200
More than
men.
100.
Yes.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Really? I'm going to fact check that.
I saw it,
Can I
yeah.
fact check that?
Please do.
I wouldn't doubt
Please
it.
do.
That's surprising to me.
I mean, if you think
And
about it,
what do you think?
if you think about it,
Because if you're a woman, you
If
go
you-
outside and be like, "I'm horny,"
think-
and 15 dudes like,
if you
"I'm
think
in."
about it like this,
Same thing with dudes, though.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
No
You
way.
could always find a chick that will lay you.
No
Always.
way.
you can. It's a lot harder.
It's way hard.
It's way harder. Like, I'll give you an example. So you figure,
Unless you look like Magic Mike.
you figure, on average, a woman can, since she was, say, she started having sex when she was 18.
Right. And now she's 30.
She's 30, so that's what, 10 years. So you figure that's what, 10 a
give
year.
her 38.
Yeah, 10 a year, 10 dudes a year. And you got to think in your college years, you knocking off
A few.
a few. I mean, that's what a lot of. You go to
Right.
college, you got 4 years of college.
Right.
I mean, you probably.
It's
you know,
a few.
it's a-
In college alone, it's over 20. It could be. Could be.
yeah, you got college loans. College loans probably 20 plus.
Yeah, it could
And
be.
then you add when you fresh out of college,
Right.
you know. So you really don't.
You really don't go into a drought. Right?
Yeah.
We're good to go.
Yeah,
And
late
so,
tw-
and so
yeah.
it's one of those things where, you know, by the time you go into
But then you pick it back up mid 30s.
when you get in your 30s, like before you get to be 37, when you're 30, you're like, oh, man. And that's when you really start going
Yeah, that's
crazy.
when you really
again.
start going
But
crazy.
where did you find this information? Because I'm looking online right
I
now. and
have to look
can't
it up. I have
find
to look
I
it
mean,
up.
but the thing is, women would never give you. I think a lot of it's theory too, because women would never give you the average number. They'd be like,
No, so-
it's always like 3 or 5 or something.
Speaking of that, even if you ever get in that conversation, so how many
I mean,
partners have you had?
You never asked.
Oh, 15. You got to add 5 to that.
Shit.
Times
5. Shit.
Right, times
If
5.
you're willing to admit 15, then I know you got a smooth 70, 80. If you're willing to admit 15, and most motherfuckers like 2. Oh, I haven't been in a relationship in 2
Right,
years. Like,
right.
unless he had sex. I haven't had sex in like 2 years.
You know what it is?
We
Like,
don't
they
have
don't
sex in
count.
2 years.
They might not count the hand jobs.
No,
and the
they
blowjobs.
don't count none of that stuff. We want a relationship. They don't count.
Right.
You know what
He's
I mean?
my workout partner.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just lift the weights together. Whatever, dog. They get on the curb, man. They never give an honest answer, man.
Right.
These
All right.
are all, most of these are saying averages are like 14 to 16, maybe 20 partners.
You are looking
Shit.
at the women's health.
Yeah.
month,
I'm looking
so-
at Rebel Circus. I'm looking at Slate. I'm looking at Indy 100. I'm looking at UK magazines. Like, they're all saying the same thing.
Yeah, women have more than 14. You knock out 14 in a week.
What was that in the American Pie? It's like when a guy tells you how many guys or women he slept with, you subtract 3. When a woman
Exactly.
tells you, you add 3 or you multiply it by 3
You
or something.
multiply it by 3. That's exactly right. That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
But one thing I told, me and my guy had this conversation. Matter of fact, Solomon Grundy, guy on the couch. The internet has not only exposed a lot of men, it exposed a lot of women too. It exposed the lie that y'all used to tell. Y'all used to get away with the lies. Nah, man, the internet tells all, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know that little innocent. Oh, I never would do that. Yeah, fucking liar.
I saw you.
I saw you.
I was there.
I was there.
Yeah, I was there when it happened.
Yeah. The
right.
lie, so that's why me personally, like I look at. I'm not the jaded male. I look at people as they are, and I take it as is. I don't have a crazy view. I just look at how it is. Like, man, we are sexual creatures, man. I know you've been with more than. I mean, I prefer you do. I'm cool with the virgin.
You're not trying to teach him.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm too old for all that.
But what if somebody got down on you and it was like, just blew your mind? Would you still be able to? Or you'd be like, holy cow!
No, I'm in. I'm in with that. But the only thing I couldn't do is if I knew one of my boys hit it, or there was a tape somewhere, like online.
If they have video.
Online, like I know there's video probably of everybody somewhere, but it can't be online.
So you would never pull a Kanye.
What is that?
Married Kim
Kanye-
Kardashian.
Oh hell
That's
no,
how she
hell
got
no,
famous,
hell
for God's
no.
sake.
And I would hit Kim, but I wouldn't marry her
Yeah.
because I can't bring it to the
You
house.
can't make a hoe a housewife.
No, you can. It's not a public hoe. Like the thing is, man, if I want a hoe to be the housewife. The thing is, man, like
You do, don't you?
hell yeah, because
You want to be at home and be like,
think about all the good sex you're getting. Think about all the
Right.
yeah, man, yeah, fuck all that. And Mrs.
You want
Prissy,
the dishes
So Dre should
done?
have said you can't make a public hoe a housewife.
No, you can't make a public housewife. I can't be sitting down and moves like, man, I see your girl. Like, I can't be at the table, you Googling my chick. You know what I'm saying? Take it in the face.
Oh.
That's weak.
that would be unfortunate.
That'd be unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? You Google my chick and she, you know what I'm saying? That's weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Now,
Hey,
you on
man.
my phone, you see, that's different. That's on my phone. Like,
All right,
it's
so
stable.
listen. All right, so real quick, I want to get back in this, but I got to talk about this other thing before we get out of here, man. So we both saw this unfortunate expose on Cartagena. Am I saying that right? It's in
Cartagena.
Cartagena. Yes,
on
Cartagena.
Vice News.
And it was on Vice News on YouTube where the men of that area is in northern Colombia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right on the coast there, and the men in that country choose to, or they don't choose to. It's a rite of passage to have sex with donkeys from the time that they become able to have orgasm until they get with a woman. And then in this video, though, we actually saw where a man still liked having sex with donkeys every now and again, even though he was married. And he actually mounted the donkey and did it right there on camera.
That's graphic.
All right, so now in their country, they didn't think nothing about it.
Not even twice.
Here's what I do. I I open up the.
It's pink like a pussy.
It's pink. Pineapples.
Yeah.
I open it up. It's pink, and I get excited, and then I go to town, and I enjoy it. How many donkeys have you had? Oh boy was like, yo soy. I don't know, 20 burros. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I mean? Bainty burros.
Apparently,
look, hold on. Look, how old are you? Quattro. You know, no, not Quattro.
14? 14?
Yeah. 14, yeah. So you done had 20 burros and you 14, dog. Yeah, I do it like this. Remember the dude was. And the one dude was like, how many have you had? Just 10. He's had more than me.
Yeah.
And dude, they was happy about it. What do you, I mean, and
you can't get a woman.
I'm sure that stuff happens in lots and lots of cultures.
It happens probably in Greenwood.
Damn.
Some of these farms in Greenfield.
What happens in Kentucky.
It happens here.
You think?
Of course it does, man. And fruit.
Burros or in where? In
People
fruit.
have sex with fruit and all that.
Hey, shout out to Fruit, by the way. I had a baby. We should probably say at the same time talking about this. But hey, all right, so like that. I did a little more research.
Like on the internet.
And so here's what happens. So there's a thing where you can be into bestiality, or you can be amorous and be. I think it's called zoological. That's not quite the right word I'm using.
Okay, turned on by animals.
Yes. So and then there's a difference. So if you're into bestiality, then you have to have the animal is used as a device to have orgasm. Whereas if you're like I'm a heterosexual, what's that called? Like I'm a heterosexual male. What is that called?
What, asexual?
No.
Heterosexual.
Yeah, but there's so you have heterosexual, you have pansexual, you have
Polysexual.
Right. So what are those called? Those are called. What are those
How
called?
you identify?
Okay, so yeah, there's another word for it, right. So there's some folks that identify with this zoological frame of reference.
Amory.
You know what I mean, right? And so they like the smell and the feel. I mean, this dude. You saw in the video. Did you watch the whole thing? Like this dude, like totally rubbed the burro, tail went up, split it, and like took care of it. And then when it was over, he laid his head on it and was like rubbing his hindquarters, and the donkey just took it.
The donkey probably didn't feel shit.
The donkey was just sitting there, because male donkeys are hung like donkeys. They hung like donkeys. Yeah. So a man is probably like, what the heck?
Ew.
So I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't.
Man, the thought is that humans are sexual creatures by nature, and if you can't get it, you'll manufacture ways to get it.
Was there any kind of lead up to why this is acceptable in the culture?
Is it
like it teaches them how to like hold their shit in longer?
So it used to be.
What is it?
It used to be a situation where back in the day they thought, one, it made your penis larger,
bigger, more virile, probably.
Two, it made you a man because you could do this donkey. And
it's like a dominance thing.
Yeah. So I mean, all that was part of it. Like back in the day, like now they understand that none of that is the case.
Do they really?
But they still do it.
Because they're still doing it.
What's the name of the place again?
Cartagena, but that's a pretty large city in
Yes.
Colombia. It's not like it's a rural town.
And you know what's funny?
It's not Greenwood.
You know what's funny? The guy even said it's so weird because every other girl's a 10 in Cartagena. Every other woman's a 10, and the ones that are not attractive are 7s.
But you gotta think though, if you're not getting no action,
You
14?
Yeah, but if you're not getting no action, man, like I wouldn't see what the thing,
so weird.
but I understand, I get it. You know what I mean? You ain't getting no action, man. And your
fuck that.
little thing hard, man.
No, fuck that.
Man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I'm not doing it.
There's no way. I was nervous. I was a nervous wreck while you was talking.
I'm shocked that you guys watched that whole thing.
It was just documentary.
It's news. It's documentary.
It's very interesting.
I mean, still.
I mean, it's no different than a woman sleeping with a stick shift. I've seen videos of that. Chick is in your ride and she got a stick shift. I mean, that's an inanimate object.
Do you think that is more disturbing or less disturbing?
I think it's equally disturbing.
I don't think it's equally disturbing.
I mean, you fucking a bedpost, like you
I've seen
bat.
bed.
You know what I'm saying? Cue ball, like that's all.
But
like,
how is it any different from fucking a dildo?
Pineapples, folks, by the way.
I mean, you're sticking stuff like random objects and fruit and all kinds of stuff up in there, you know? Like beer bottles. Like, okay,
It's still not the same as bestiality.
I agree, but it takes all lines, man.
It's not the same as far as obviously one's a living thing and one's an object, but it's still as equally like what and like you would still get the same reaction from me.
Mouth hung over.
Yeah, like if I watch a video of a dude banging a dunk, I'm like, what? Like that's crazy. Or if I see a chick stick a iPad and
an iPad.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Go online. So
I don't.
You see somebody stick their whole head in your junk. Like you seen videos like you put your whole head in, like what? Like this is I get the same reaction. It's all like disturbing
It's still
stuff.
disturbing.
Yeah, still. Somebody put their whole arm in your like that's.
No.
I have seen that.
Yeah, I mean all this up inside. Like why? Like that's equally disturbing.
I mean, but ironically, women's bodies are made for that shit. They birth children for God's sake.
But
You know
once
like,
my full head and arm goes
But
out,
a man should not be inside of a donkey.
I agree with you.
And an arm should be inside of a outside arm should not go inside of a vagina.
Maybe a cow. You said an outside because
an outside arm.
If the arm comes from inside, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. An outside arm should not go up. I mean, but what I'm saying is,
you listen to Heavy's radio show, man. We are out there, man.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like I'm agreeing with y'all. It's not the same thing. Like it's not. It's one that's clearly like crazier, but not.
But they're still pretty crazy. Both things are crazy.
But it was like a rite of passage where every male from the age of 14 on had sex with the burros.
Some women sleep with horses. It's just no different.
Nah, that's for dudes though.
No,
they sleep with horses for to make money.
So that makes it right.
No,
but
not at all. But I'm saying,
to me, I think it's worse if you're hitting a donkey for free.
But I see, but. No names. I'm gonna get no names.
Wait.
Hell, y'all probably don't know her. But back in the day, I had this chick. We was talking, whatever, and we was just talking. And I asked the question. So what's something weird you want to try?
What's her name?
And she was like, she want to have sex with her dog. Me being who I am, I'm like, I'm curious. I'm like, are you serious? Like for real? She's like, yeah. She always want to sleep with her dog, and she wanted somebody to watch. I was like, that's kind of interesting. So, have you done it yet? It was my first question. She was like, no, I haven't done it yet. But if somebody would watch me, I totally would. And I was like, that's very...
So, was that when you were like, I'm not talking to you anymore?
Yeah, we were done, but I got to get all the information. Because, I'm curious. I'm like...
Are you curious? You're not, grossed out by that?
No, I got to know...
Did you watch the act?
No, I did not. Would I?
You got to answer in the form of a question.
No, I probably wouldn't watch.
I was like, really? What?
I would ask, I had to know, the mindset. When did you start having this thought of, just something that you ate?
It goes back to the difference between bestiality.
Yeah, I mean, I got to know psychology because it's fascinating to me. I mean, to me, anything that a woman likes is kind of odd out there. I got to know why. How did you get to this point where you like a dude to smack
You're more analytical about it.
And spit in your face while you banging. Where does that come from? I gotta know.
Or
then I'll do it.
Choking you.
Yeah, stuff like that.
I gotta know where it comes from. Why? Actually, I don't want you to pee on me, okay?
Oh.
But you gotta tell me why? Why? What is this about?
What's the reason?
I gotta know before I do it. Then afterwards, I was like, that's pretty cool.
Hey, man, shout out to Steven Sticks, man. Sticks 361.
Indiana.
Yeah, that's where we at, man. Shout out to D-Lo and Run. E-M-C.
We gotta realize, United, we all got fetishes. Some stuff that we like that's quirky that people would think that was not normal. We all have something in us that we like. Some people like feet. Some people like, we all like something. We got a fetish. So, I mean, I don't talk to people what they like. I know what I like. I'm cool with it.
Is it burros?
Right. Boobies. Start with a B.
Starts with a B, but it's not Burrows.
It's not Burrows.
It's boobies.
Boobies.
All right. So, man, you got so many lonely girls out there. It
Yeah.
seems like maybe if we sent the lonely girls to, how you say it again?
Cartagena.
If we sent the lonely girls to Cartagena, maybe they can have sex.
No. The thing is, man, like, I think, and I've heard it, and maybe E Nice can confirm or deny this, but I heard that if a woman go without sex for so long, she just kind of don't even crave it anymore.
It like goes out of her system.
I mean, it's like she just don't even like want it. Is that true?
No.
No, okay, well maybe not.
I never heard of that.
I think a lot of that depends on age, though.
Like they just don't desire sex.
If you're older,
Well, no,
maybe.
yeah, if you're older.
You know what I mean? Like in your 30s or 40s, like you don't really. But my thing is like I need to know.
I don't know any woman in their 30s that doesn't want to have sex. I don't know any women in their 40s that doesn't want to
Yeah,
have sex.
man. I'm just saying, but I've heard stories.
No, that's not true. I have one friend who says she's kind of like, she's never really cared about it.
Yeah, and it's strange. She's probably married.
She
Well,
is.
here's the thing. I mean, you know, sometimes
He's struggling.
sometimes it hurts them. It's not, you know.
Sometimes
They have
Like biological issues.
They have an issue. Yeah, you know, maybe
I got a
there's
question
something
for you
going on.
guys.
They don't like being touched.
Yeah,
there's some people that get married, but don't like being touched.
Yeah, I know.
Or
So
hugged and stuff like that.
does this husband have the right to cheat?
Does he what?
Have the right to cheat?
No.
That's ridiculous. He should give him a pass. He's like,
But they've been together for over 10 years.
yeah, he should,
knew what he was marrying.
he should get a pass.
He knew what he was
He
marrying.
should get a pass. He should get a
He
pass.
shouldn't have married her.
Nah.
If it's that hard for him, which I mean, based on what I see in their relationship, it's not an issue.
So I got a real quick question. You know, pardon my ignorance, I guess. So, but I mean, so he married her, like he loved her. I mean, there had to be something going on.
Yeah.
And so was she? Did he know she was always like that?
I mean, for the last several years.
Okay, right.
I mean,
So
they
when they
started dating
got
when were,
married,
like, they started dating when they were like teenagers.
so when he got, but
So
when
they would have
married,
sex all the time when they were teenagers.
But when he got married, though, she wasn't like, I'm really not into it.
She was.
And
They had been living together for several years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he already knew, I mean, he should have been like, I'm out.
People might be
He should have
listening.
been like, done.
Yeah,
Or maybe it's just not that important to him too.
Could be.
I mean,
it's weird.
it comes
it could
back
be
to
a
that whole
situation
idea
of
of
companionship.
companionship. Like there
got
are
a
people
little
who
dick.
just wanna, or maybe they're just people who like being around,
You're a
genuinely like
misogynist.
being around each other.
Yeah, that is.
That's
You're a
true.
misogynist, man.
This is new to you.
This first day I met you. Misogynist.
Jeezy always believed that male is the most dominant species on the planet, though, and I will always stand by that statement. I don't care who's listening or who gets mad.
All right, what can pretty lonely girls do, man, to get themselves back out there? Wait, Jeezy, you got the last. Go ahead now. You're already doing your
Submit.
thing. All right.
Submit.
To who?
Your man. Submit.
Like they want cats like that, so he can't have sex with her because he's out running this quarter after
Submit.
10.
Yeah.
She sleep. She works in the morning. He out running. He got his heart rate rhythm thing.
Men want a submissive woman. All this independent stuff that sounds good on paper.
I would argue that
But-
women want a dominant man.
They want a dominant man.
But someone who also will listen and respect that woman's opinion and not just automatically override it and make every single decision.
But that's how women do. Women hear what they want to hear. I never said override.
You said
I
make
said-
the ultimate decision.
Yes, the ultimate,
every time.
Yes, the king makes the ultimate decision. The king does it. It got to go past me. Come through me. Are we doing big? Now, obviously, I'm not talking about everyday mundane task stuff, but big decisions, big things like that go through me. I'm the last say.
Dilly.
I'm the last say. Hey, I'm cool. I'm the leader. I'm the leader. I'm the one that if things fall apart, I have the shoulders to take it. I have the you know what I'm saying? I'm the one that can take. I'm built for that. My job is to protect you and shield you from all the crap. That's my job.
I would argue that most women want that. Yes.
Huh?
Most heterosexual women want that. Yes, I would argue.
But that's why. But we're
Isn't that funny, man? We got all these. Now we're talking about heterosexual.
Man, the thing is, man, like it's in the animal kingdom, man. It's no different, man. The man is the one that protects and he's the hunters and gatherers. That's what we
Because
are.
it's simply based on size. It's evolution.
Hey,
Bigger, stronger,
Hey,
faster.
real quick, did you see where the real pretty hunter woman shot a giraffe?
A black giraffe.
Older, well, you know, it's called a black giraffe, but I guess giraffes get darker with age. This one was the dominant one in the group, but couldn't procreate anymore. But still was strong enough than the ones that could procreate, and they killed 2 of them. You know the whole story. And when they go hunting, it pays for wildlife preservation. But everybody's pissed because you got this real pretty chick, posing with this big giraffe that she shot down. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's a double. I mean, speaking of double standard, I think it's a double standard, man. Like, I think we get mad when we see dog fighting, cock fighting. Like, people get like pissed and all of their emotions about it. But then it's okay in their minds to shoot down because they say it's population control for whatever reason. To shoot animals that's just doing what they do.
Deer.
Yeah, just doing what they do. Like, we hunt them. Like,
Well, deer, one thing. That's a different story, though.
it's still got a heartbeat and got family.
Are you a vegetarian?
No, man, I eat. No, I,
So then you can't judge
no,
it, right?
Trust me. Like, I live by. I go to the grocery store. I'll buy a pound of meat all day long. But I'm not going out and shooting myself. I'm not doing that.
I don't think that there's a problem with shooting certain animals, hunting certain animals. If you're hunting it for a reason, if you're hunting it for food,
People hunt for sport.
I understand that.
And
That's a
these guys
different
are
story.
hunting for
But see,
sport.
the thing
Yeah,
is,
that's a
like,
different
dogs in
story.
China are food. Like, the people get mad. They know they eat. That's that's why you don't see pit bulls and stuff. No, that's on your plate. They don't let animals just roam free. No, that's food. Like, that's meat.
They've been delicious.
Yeah,
I'm sure I've eaten some dog. I'm sure
Put some Lowry's on there. Some Montana
Damn.
steak seasoning.
What'd you say? Some onion
Some
powder.
onion powder, garlic powder. Put it on there, man. Shoot.
Change your life, huh?
Man, that Rottweiler tastes good. Tastes like chicken.
All right, so folks, listen. All right, so hey, what's your last word? Pretty women.
How you get a man? You know, somebody get a man.
How do you get a man?
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, and this is and I didn't say this before, but I wholeheartedly believe this is the biggest issue. Most single women, even pretty women, they still have so many insecurities and are not right with themselves, don't feel like they are able to be loved, that they do not involve themselves in relationships.
Or they love themselves too much to love anybody else.
I think that it's the opposite. I think
Yeah,
they don't love
love.
they can come off that way. They can come off
Yeah.
super arrogant and you
But
know,
really,
like the
it's
shit.
yeah.
But really, it's that
It's-
they
it's-
kind of
yeah.
don't really think that much of themselves. They don't think that they're deserving. They don't think they're worth it. I mean, psychologically speaking, if you would look like if you do research, that's generally what it is. It's the same reason that people, men, women, cheat on other people, right? Because they don't feel like they're deserving of one partner who's going to love them unconditionally, whatever. So
Right. I think.
get right with yourselves, ladies. Love yourself
Yeah,
first.
because if
Love
you look
yourself
out there, there's a lot of
first.
women who are not attractive who got men and happy families and everything.
Yeah.
Living good. They're not nearly as attractive as you.
Right. And
So,
they,
yeah.
they do. You're absolutely right. I mean,
Which is
so-
strange.
And so I guess if it was Moose's last word, I mean, you pretty lonely ladies, man, give cats a chance that are working, for you. Open your eyes to the possibilities, right? I really agree with what Enai said, man. You have to love yourself first before the dude can love you.
That's so
Like
true.
the dude can't love you if you don't love
You don't
yourself,
love yourself.
right? So definitely, ladies, make sure you love yourself. Then the dude can get with you, and then at that point, stay open and be ready to work. It's a
relationships
process.
at work.
Yeah, it's a process. Man. It's
Submit.
definitely a process.
Submit to your man, ladies.
Hey, folks.
Submit. You be far. And the thing is, understand this, ladies. Only a king can make a queen.
If you haven't seen Uncle Drew,
Well, a queen can't make a king.
go see Uncle Drew.
So you know.
Go see Superfly. Matter of fact,
Facts.
we got the guy from Indiana that's in Superfly. Go see Superfly. Go see Uncle
We're
Drew.
not saying Superfly.
And matter of fact, you got Ant-Man and the Wasp
Yeah,
coming out
we
this
definitely
weekend.
wanna
If
see
you're gonna
that.
see that. You can check that out as well. You know, we love superheroes here on the show. Folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable.
And come on in.
Yeah, man. That's how you keep your man two ladies.
Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. We out. The originals.